Good morning, girls. Today we'll be starting with the first chapter of Civics, the Union Legislature, on page 117. Now, the Union Legislature, it is comprised of two houses, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, and also the President. So, in the Union Legislature, we have the President and the two houses, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. So here in this chapter, we'll be learning about the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha in detail. So we'll begin with the class. India is a union of states. Therefore, we have government at two levels, the center and the states. So as you all know that India, it is a union of states. It's a collection of states. We have many states in India, and since we have many states, there's a government. We have government at two levels. We have a central government, and we also have governments at the state level. We have governments for each state. At both the levels, we have the parliamentary system of government with three organs of government: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. So we have two levels, the central level and the state level, and at both these levels we have the parliamentary system of government. Now the parliamentary system of government is a government, it's a form of government where the party which gets the highest representation, which gets the greatest representation in the parliament, forms the government, and the leader of that party, the leader of the party which forms the which gets the highest representation in the parliament, that leader becomes the prime minister. So this is a parliamentary system of government, and in the state level and the central level we have this form of government, and it has three organs. There are three organs in this government: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Now the legislature branch, the legislature organ is that branch which makes the laws. It is responsible for making the laws in our country, and the executive branch, it makes sure to execute and to enforce all these laws. The executive branch, it carries out all the laws and makes sure that all these laws, they are put into practice. And the judiciary system, the judiciary organ, it has a it is a court system. The judiciary system is also the court system, and this judiciary system, it has the power to make decisions. They have the power to make decisions and to solve any disputes. We have different levels of court in the country. We have the Supreme Court, we have the High Court, we have the village courts. There are different levels of court. So all these comes under the judiciary system. So these are the three organs of the government: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary, and all these come under the parliamentary system of government. The legislature is a branch of the government which makes laws. So the legislature branch or the legislature organ, it is in charge of making laws. It is responsible for making laws. The Union Legislature comprises the President and the two houses of Parliament, the Lok Sabha, the House of People, and the Rajya Sabha, the Council of States. So the Union Legislature, it is made up of the President and the two houses of the Parliament. And which are these two houses? The Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. The members of the two houses are called members of Parliament. So the members of these two houses, the members of the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha, they are known as MPs, or the members of Parliament. Now we'll move on to Lok Sabha. We'll learn about Lok Sabha in detail. The Lok Sabha or the lower house is more powerful than the upper house or the Rajya Sabha. So the Lok Sabha, that is a lower house, it is more powerful when compared to the Rajya Sabha or the upper house. So the Lok Sabha is the lower house and the Rajya Sabha is the upper house, but this lower house, that is the Lok Sabha, is more powerful when compared to the Rajya Sabha. Composition. The Lok Sabha is composed of the representatives of the people. So in the Lok Sabha, the members, they are elected by people. They are the people's representatives. Its maximum permissible numerical strength is 552 members. So in the Lok Sabha, the maximum number of members, the maximum number of permitted members are 552 members. Only the maximum number is 552. Permissible means permitted or allowed. So the maximum number of allowed members in the Lok Sabha is 552 members. The members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people of India. So these members of the Lok Sabha, they are people's representatives. They are directly elected by the people. Of these, 530 members are directly elected from the states and up to 20 from the union territories, while 2 members are nominated by the president from the Anglo-Indian community. So out of these 552 members, 530 members, they are directly elected from the states. We have different states, and from these states, the people, they elect their representatives, and 530 are elected from the states. And after that, 220 representatives are elected from the union territories, and remaining two members of the Lok Sabha, they are nominated by the president, and these 2 members, they are from the Anglo-Indian community. Now the Anglo-Indian community, it is a community which exists in India, and this community, it has a mixed Indian and Briton ancestry. So they have a descent, they have a mixed Indian and Briton descent. So this community is known as the Anglo-Indian community, and 2 members are nominated from this community. So total we have 552 members. At present, the Lok Sabha consists of 545 members. Today we have, at present we have 545 members in the Lok Sabha. So this is about the composition of the Lok Sabha. Now we'll move on to term. The members of the Lok Sabha are elected for a term of 5 years. So the period of the Lok Sabha is 5 years. The Lok Sabha members, they are elected for a period of 5 years. However, the president may dissolve the Lok Sabha before the completion of its normal term of 5 years if the party in power loses majority support. So the normal period is 5 years. The normal period of the Lok Sabha is 5 years. But if they lose their majority, if they lose their majority support, then the president has the right to dissolve the Lok Sabha. Dissolve means to terminate or to end that Lok Sabha. So if they lose majority, the president can terminate the Lok Sabha before the completion of the term, before the completion of those 5 years. In case of emergency, its time period can be extended for 1 year at a time. So when there is an emergency situation, or when there's a situation which needs urgent attention, then the period, it can be extended for about 1 year at a time. So this is about the term of the Lok Sabha, the period of the Lok Sabha. Now we learn about the elections. How are the elections done for the Lok Sabha? For the purpose of elections, the entire country is divided into constituencies. So for elections, we have the entire country divided into constituencies. The country is divided into small sections for the purpose of elections. From each constituency, 1 member is elected. So in these constituencies, they are members, they stand for elections. The representatives, they stand for elections, and 1 member gets elected from each of these constituencies. Elections are normally held every 5 years. So every 5 years we have elections in our country. Voting is conducted by secret ballot. So voting for these elections, in these elections there is voting, and these voting, they are conducted by secret ballots. That is, we have a secret voting system in our country. All Indian citizens who are 18 years and above have the right to vote and they can elect the representatives of their choice. So every citizen, every individual who's above the age of 18, who's 18 or above the age of 18, they have the right to vote and they can represent and they can elect, they can choose the representatives of their own choice. This is not imposed, it's not strictly imposed on them, but they have the right to choose their representatives. So this is about the election system in the country. So today we learnt about the composition of the Lok Sabha, the composition, the time period, and about the elections to the Lok Sabha. So we'll stop for today, girls, and we'll continue the rest in the next class. Thank you.